Hi, Mimi.
She's muted.
Is it us at the top?
Yeah.
These oversized four-legged friends that visited the Harbor Walk for about 3 months last year. The group's first display such a hit that they decided to find something that would feel more like home. We have our own windy microclimate here.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bang you. I gotta go find my It's early anyway. Shabbat shalom.
Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hello,
How
Carol.
you doing?
How are you? Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Good. Thank God. You?
Good. Thank God. Good too. Yeah.
Good. Good. Little chilly out today.
It was a little chilly, yeah, but it was still nice.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Is
As
my
much as
friend
we
ready for
have to
comedy night?
The rain, I'll take the sunshine any day.
Absolutely.
Carol,
Yeah.
is my friend all ready for comedy night?
I'm not so sure if comedy night's ready for him. Dick, Harold wants to know if you're ready for comedy night. He's coming in now. Are you ready? Are you,
Well, Sandy's gonna try to set Dick up to see if she can get him to tell her some of his jokes.
no, you don't know. Nobody wants to hear his jokes, please.
I could be the show. Oh, I think he's funny,
Yeah, well,
Carol.
you'll be the whole audience because you're the only one who laughs.
He's a funny guy.
That's
He's
what
a
a lot
funny
of people
guy,
say.
yeah, okay.
Kind of funny.
I
How
think
you
it's
doing?
great, Dick.
Yeah, he's coming into the picture now.
Oh, good.
Am I in?
Dick, I think you're funny.
I'm funny?
Yes.
No,
I'm
no.
glad you admit it.
Harold makes me funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to bring out the best in you.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So how you guys doing?
You
We're
know,
doing well.
Yo.
And you? How you feeling?
Good, good.
Good.
So,
Good.
I'm gonna play around
So,
the mic.
Dick,
Yep.
are you
No, I
going
just
to
gotta play
school
around.
at all?
what's that?
Are you going to school at all?
No, I
No.
told them in school, no, I'll do virtual if they need.
Yeah,
help.
but they're
But
not
not-
doing virtual at home. You still have to go in the building to do virtual.
Oh,
So he all done.
It's okay. Carol keeps me busy.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah. Oh, I have a list, but he doesn't look at it, so.
But I'm gonna look at it tomorrow or the next day,
Yeah,
or the
okay.
day after.
Or the day after.
Well, when he gets to it, he'll get to it.
That's right. That's right.
I've learned over the years, don't hold my breath.
That's right. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
yeah, you should hold
I'm
your-
not missing anything I need. It's fine.
Right.
Hi. Shabbat
you should
shalom.
hold-
Shabbat
you should
shalom.
hold your breath.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you? How are the babies?
The babies are good.
Oh,
And
good.
Chloe
Did you
looks
see them today?
awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, she's.
She's so
I tell-
cute.
I keep telling the kids I broke the dog today. We
Oh.
went on a 1.5 mile walk this morning. Then I took her
Oh.
over to Stephanie's,
Yeah.
and we went on another mile walk with the baby and her
Oh my
dog.
gosh.
And they played in their yard for probably a half an hour. She hasn't been able to lift her head since she got home. Poor dog, I broke
You
her.
wore her out.
I did. I did. She had fun though.
That's
Wow.
good.
Grammy
And I
had
had the
fun.
most fun because I got to be with the baby. So
That's
Right.
right. That's the best.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice
Still
that they
waiting
live nice
for
and
them.
close.
Still waiting for the show. Both babies and the dog all at the same time.
I know. I'm
I
trying
know
to
it.
figure that one out,
I'm
but
waiting. They'll be
Yeah.
I know
20
you're
years
waiting,
old,
Alan.
then you're hurting her.
How are you, Mimi?
hi, ma'am.
That good, huh?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
How do I mute?
Hi, Mimi.
Up, muted, you're muted. You were okay. Now you're mute again, Mimi. There you
Maybe I
go.
want to be muted.
Anita, Mark,
What?
what is that? Those are either gigantic grapefruits in back of you or
Come
what?
on, what time of year is this?
Oh,
What time is
That's
it?
our etrog
That's
tree. That's our etrog
The
tree.
etrog, the
Oh,
etrog tree. Oh, the etrog
Oh,
tree.
wow.
Yeah,
Gone on a limb to get those?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
good.
gonna be a tough year this year.
Yeah, I
Our
bet.
president here had a big
Not
deal.
too many Etragim floating around.
Is the president hiding behind your back there? Because he had a lot to do with getting those this year. There's a whole story that ran. They had trouble with them and he managed to find.
I read that, yeah.
So he must be right behind you. There's a shadow behind you. I think
Yeah,
that's.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Be good.
Everybody's so quiet. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, we can all say hello to Harriet. Harriet's on and she's got a big
Shabbat
smile.
shalom, everybody.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Harry. Hi, Harry.
Hello, Ronnie.
It's me,
Shabbat
Ronnie.
shalom.
Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm
Rod,
doing okay, thanks, Anita.
Good.
turn your picture on so we know who you are. I know who you
We got
are.
home
That's
really late and I'm
Ronnie. We
eating,
know
and then when I'm done
Ronnie.
eating, I'll have my picture.
Oh.
Hi, Esther.
Where is Esther? Oh, hi, Esther. I'm so sorry
Esther.
to hear about
Yeah.
Gail's mom. You're muted. I can't, you can't talk.
Thank you.
Ronnie, are you gonna let us see you?
Mic is on.
I think Rabbi Bernie had a little bit of a computer issue and he's rebooting.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Chag
Shabbat
Sameach.
shalom,
That you become the other rabbi.
He'll be back. He'll be back. He had to do a reboot.
That's okay.
I know everything. He told me he had to do a reboot. See? He keeps in touch with me. We're connected. We're connected at the hip, like brothers.
The hippies, huh?
We're hippies, right? We're hippies. Hippies.
Hips are a sore subject with me.
I understand that, yeah. I always do my reboot on Friday afternoon. It's always good to reboot your Wi-Fi Friday afternoon. It's a good thing to do.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Beautiful. Glad to hear it. You ready for the marathon? Virtual?
I'm as ready as I was before.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
You're gonna run the marathon on a virtual marathon?
Virtually.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Good for you. Well, it's like,
In
the
his
guy who had
dreams,
the,
Rabbi, in his
the guy who had
dreams.
the surgery in his hands, and he said to the doctor, "Will I be able to play the piano?" He says, "Of course you will." He's good because I couldn't play beforehand.
Couldn't play before, right?
You know that.
Incredible.
It's great, but it doesn't do
Should
that
have saved
much.
that for comedy
Comedy
night.
night
I am
started
not
already?
going to be. I will not be telling jokes on comedy night. It's going to be you guys, you folks. You. I
can't
tell
follow
enough.
Wish for.
I tell enough bad jokes during the year. I'm not going to do it on comedy night.
I figure I can sit there for 5 minutes and just have everybody look and I'll be the joke.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's 8 o'clock, Rabbi.
I know. I'm just waiting for Rabbi Bernie to reboot and get him back in the
I
room.
didn't hear our tiny people on tonight. Is she on?
No, I don't see her. Maybe she's having a reboot issue too.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. It takes a little while for your Wi-Fi to reboot. It takes like a couple minutes.
That's not what you do. Mark just did that. We had to
Reboot.
wait.
Yeah, you do it. I do it every week.
Yeah,
Once a
he just did it.
No wonder your Ed Rogan looks so nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've ripened.
All right, well, we'll get started. He'll be in a few minutes, so let's get started, as they say. We'll get started. And we start tonight with out Kabbalat Shabbat. Does anybody know why?
It's a hug.
It's a hard.
Janta.
It's a Chag, right? Exactly. We're going from one festival to another, actually, with Sukkot, and now we go into Shmini Atzeret. This morning was Hoshana Rabbah. We finished Sukkot. We smacked our willows. We got rid of all our sins. And now we're going into an interesting day. In Israel, it's a one-day Chag, 1 day, 8th day of assembly. And in Israel, they actually do Yizkor tomorrow. Oh, there's Rabbi Bernie. They do Yizkor tomorrow and Simchat Torah. Of course, that's called, bittersweet, whatever, right? Sweet and sour. But they mix it together. Now, the question is, will they be doing much of it in Israel because of the COVID? But it is what it is. We get to separate. we'll do the more serious service tomorrow, where we have Yisker and the Geshem. We're praying for rain. And, the more serious stuff goes on tomorrow. We'll do some Kohelet reading. And then we start the joy tomorrow night. And frankly, anything goes. And so it's going to be so bad, Rabbi. I think we need to keep their microphones turned off tomorrow night. What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe occasionally we'll let them in.
So now that Rabbi Bernie's joined us and he's back and he's in good shape, Rabbi, why don't you lead us in the Song for Shabbat page, whatever page it is, page 23 in the Siddur. Rabbi and I will do it responsibly. Everybody, please mute your microphones at this time.
It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God.
To affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night, to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp.
Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation.
How vast your works, Adonai, your designs are beyond our grasp.
The thoughtless cannot comprehend, and the foolish cannot fathom this.
The wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed, for you are supreme forever.
Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble.
But me you have greatly exalted. I am anointed with fragrant oil. I have seen the downfall of my foes. I have heard the despair of my attackers.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, and they shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God.
They shall bear fruit even in old age. They shall be ever fresh and fragrant. To proclaim Adonai is just, my rock, in whom there is no flaw. Rabbi, lead us in the Tzaddik Tamar.
Tzaddik Tamar yefrach ke'erez b'avanon yezkeh shetolim beveit Adonai mechainu africhu. Od yenuvon deseva, deshenim verananim yeyu, lehagid ki ashar Adonai, tzori velo avlatabo.
Page 24.
Hey, don't take on the amnumi od leveka nava kodesh Adonai leorech yamim.
And now those of you saying Kaddish for a yortzeit or a loved one may join Rabbi Bernie as he will lead you in the mourner's Kaddish as you stand and say the Kaddish together.
Yit gadal v'yit gadash shemei rabba. Bi alma divra kirute v'yamlik malchute. B'chayechu v'yomechu v'chaye g'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman karim v'yamru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach leolam u'mei omayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ach v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kedusha v'richu le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata u'shbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'yamru amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemayim. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen.
Amen. At this time, the Baruch Hu will be recited. We would stand as we are on 28. This is the Yom Tov Nusach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach le'olam va'ed. And we'll ask everyone, please mute the mics. Baruch Adonai le'olam Baruch Yom Balayla Kolel Mipnei Chosh v'Koshech Mipnei Or. Umavir Yomamavi Laila Umavil Benu Uben Laila Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai B'Kayam Tamidim Locha Aleinu Leolam Vaed Baruch Ata Adonai Amari Baravim Avat Olam Beit Yisrael Am Kahavta Torah Mitzvot U'Tmim Mishpatim. Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu uvahem negeyamam b'laylam v'ahavatcha al tasim imenu leolamim baruch ata Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. You may open and join. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please mute the microphones. Rabbi Bernie will continue.
V'yavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha habaveitecha Uvalaktecha v'derech, uveshachbecha uvekumecha, ukeshatam liot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'eineinecha, uchetavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uv'isharecha.
We'll continue silently.
Lemanye buyemechem v'mei v'nechem al hadama hashenishba Adonai lavotechem latet lahem kimei shemayim al haaretz.
Page 31.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'amata aleihem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanvei v'gdeihem ledorotam v'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf b'til techeled v'haya lachem l'tzitzit uritem oto Uzakartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'yasitem otam v'lo taturu acharei levavchem b'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem leman tizkaru v'yasitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher otzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 32. Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe v'nei Yisrael lechanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam michamocha bo'elim Adonai michamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osef eleh malchutecha ra'u v'necha bokeyam lifnei Moshe Zelianu v'yameru Adonai imloch leolam v'en v'nemar ki b'rayit Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai Gal Yisrael. Rabbi, let's do the middle on the left. Let's do that responsibly.
Protect us with your gift of peace by helping us to overcome temptation.
When we are weak, sustain us. When we despair, open our hearts to joy.
Shelter us in your embrace of peace when we are caught by conflict or desire.
When we are torn, heal us. When we are tormented, touch us with tranquility.
Cherish our fragmented lives and make our lives whole again through integrity.
When we deceive, turn us to you. When we corrupt, capture our hearts anew.
Protect us from ourselves when we falter. Help us to conquer the enemy within.
When we blunder, restore us. With compassion, teach us that peace is based on your truth. Ushmor seitenu, v'voeinu l'chaim u'shalom e'ata v'yad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalom lecha, baruch atah Adonai. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu. V'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. And V'shamru is on page 34. We normally rise for that. Rabbi?
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Beini uven b'nei Yisrael, oti liolam, oti liolam, oti liolam. Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Vayidaber Moshe et Moadei Adonai El b'nei Yisrael.
Vayedaber Moshe et Moadei Adonai el b'nei Yisrael. Thus Moses proclaimed the festivals of Adonai before the people Israel.
Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah b'yama divrachirutei v'yamlit malchutei v'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayechol Beit Yisrael. Bahagala uvizman kori v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach leolam u'meyomaya.
Yidborah.
Yivarach v'yishtabach v'far v'yiromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shemei kodusha berichu. Le'ela min kol b'chata b'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. And we're going to move along to page 41 beta, 41b. The Amida will be silent. It is for Shabbat and Yom Tov, Chag Shmini, Chag Hatzeret Hazeh. For the inclusions, don't forget to include the Shabbat passages. I will say it softly. You can follow me or do it on your own. Do it in the English or say the words in your heart. This is a silent Amida. This is אתה הקדוש ושמך הקדוש, ושם כסל ברוך נאה הקדוש. אתה בראתה מכל העמים, בראתנו בטובנו, בראתנו מכל אשר בקדשתם בסביבה, בקרבתם מלכנו ובקדשך. ושמך הקדוש, עלינו קראת, ותיתן לנו לבאהבה, שבתות למלך המודים לשמחה, כרגעים בזמן ניצוצון את יום השבת הזה. את יום השמיני חג העצרת הזה, זמן שמחתנו באהבה מקרא קודש. זכר ליציאה מצרים, אלוהינו אבותינו, ויבוא בגברייה, ויצא בשמת כתב, וצלחה בצהרנו בפנינו, וזכרם על אבותינו, וזכרם משיח בן אבי עבדיך, וזכרם שמע מקודשך, וזכרם כל פרק ישראל פניך, לתלתה לכם חסר רחמים וחיים ושלום. ביום השמיני חג העצרת הזה. זכרנו אלוהינו באות טובה, ופלגתנו ברפאך בשם ברחיים, וישועה ברחמים כוזבחנו לכם עלינו, ושנו קהילת כמלך חנון ורחום אתה ועשיינו. אמנה אלוהינו ידיך מדך לכם ושלום וצמחה שמחה שבט במטה וכנו אלוהינו ואבותינו וברצה במלכתנו קדשנו וצדקה ותקנה בתורתך. צעבנו וטובך ושמחנו בשבתך ותהל בינו לבך באמת מנחיל לנו אלוהינו באהבה וברצון בשמחה ובששון שבת ומודה קדשך וצריפו ישראל שמך ברוך מי. לגדי שהשבת בישראל והזמנים רצינו אלוהינו עמך ישראל ותהילתם ושבט עבודה בביתך. ולבדילתם ביבק וגבור ברצון וברצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך ותחזינו ונהיינו בשבוע וציון ברחמים ברחמיים המחזיר שקרא לו בציון מדים אנחנו לך שאתה אלוהינו ואלוהינו ולום ועת סוחרים מגן נדשנו ודלותו בנת נבחר לצפר תלתך חייכנו מעצמי בידך רבי המשפט ונקפדות לך ונסחר שכל יום עמנו ועמותך וטובך בשבוע היטב ובוקר דעתו כדאוכם מעולם כבלך ויעל כולם יברק ותרומם שמך מכיר תמיד למבד בכל החיים ופסל בית באמת האיש ותני וזתני סל ברוך נאי הטוב שמך לך נעמדות שלום רב האיש רמך ויעקב איש ותלת תשים לעולם כי אתה הוא מלך על פעם לכל השלום ותבנך לברכם חסר בכל עת ובכל שבשמך ברוך נברך למועצר בשלום שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam, B'tov Einecha levarech, Et Amecha Yisrael, B'chol עת ובכל שעה, Bishlomecha, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam, Tasim leolam. And Rabbi Bernie is now going to lead us in the passage afterwards, and we'll all sing Oseh Shalom after the word Redeemer. Rabbi?
My God, keep my tongue from evil, my lips from lies. Help me ignore those who would slander me. Let me be humble before all. Open my heart to your Torah, that I may pursue your mitzvot. Frustrate the designs of those who plot evil against me. Make nothing of their schemes. Act for the sake of your compassion, your power, your holiness, and your Torah. Answer my prayer for the deliverance of your people, and may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, my rock and my redeemer.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, everybody. Oseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru,
Imru,
amen.
amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
V'yamaru.
Amen.
Amen. May the one who brings peace to his universe bring peace to us, to all the people of Israel, v'al kol Yoshrei Tevel, and all who dwell on God's earth. And we together say,
Amen.
Amen. You can open your mics if you wish to say the name of someone who may be ill at this time. When we stop, we'll say the name of people who need refuah shlema, complete healing. When you've completed saying your names, please then remute your microphone. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarai V'Kavach V'Leyahu Yivarech V'Rafei Et.
Steve
Marie
Freeman,
Nelson,
Jeffrey
Naaman,
Marie Finger.
Amy Cohen,
Brian
Dennis
Zimmerman,
Karen this-
Ann Rumpf,
Ned
Billy
Cohen.
Fishbane.
Lisa Zimmerman,
Mel
Steve.
also.
El Zimmerman, Juan Barrios, and Tina Hawkins.
And all the men that run the list as well.
Kol Cholim B'Kila Kadosh Kadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem Lahachazikam Urufrotam V'Shlach Lehem Eira. Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim B'Frat HaNefesh B'Frat HaGuf B'Toch Shechalei Yisrael Shabbat Hi V'Yom Tov Hu Melizok Kufro Karavo Lavo Hashtag Balak B'Zman Kariv V'Nomar Amen. May God bring blessing and healing to all those mentioned, all those we know of, and those we do not know of, those who suffer illness within our congregational family. May the Holy One mercifully restore them all to health and to vigor, granting them physical and spiritual well-being together with people everywhere, all people, anybody who may be ill. And we say, Amen. Mi shebeirach avoteinu, mekor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu, mikor habracha le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. If you're in a Siddur, page 47, we stand for Vayachulu, Rabbi Bernie.
Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzivam. Vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa. Vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikom melachto asher asa. Vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i. Vayikadesh oto, ki bo shavat mikom melachto, ki bo shavat mikom melachto, asher bara Elohim lasod. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'lahei avoteinu, Eloi Abraham, Eloi Yitzchak, Eloi Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon konei shamayim va'aretz. Magen avot bidvaro, michaye metim b'ma'amaro, ha'el hakadosh she'en kamohu, hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kadsho, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navon b'irav afachad, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מיון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה ליום מדושני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ולאבותינו ריצי במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותחלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קדשך בנוקבה ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Yikadal b'yikadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
De'alma divrach chirutei b'yamach malchutei b'chayachon b'yamachon b'chayachon beit Yisrael b'agala b'zman kari b'yamaru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lo me'omaya.
Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitruman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalav shmini kodeshah.
Barichu.
Barichu le'elam in kol berachatav v'shiratav tushbachatav v'nachmatav damiram b'yamav v'yamru.
Amen.
Tikabal sloton v'oton d'chol Yisrael kadam v'hondi v'shmai v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehi shlom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Not that one. That one.
Oh, there we go.
That's page 50. Let's see if Mimi poured the wine tonight. Let's see if she poured the wine. Grape juice.
Wine's poured, grape juice is poured.
Okay. Hope we have different flavors out tonight. Moscato,
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. It'd be interesting.
Have your choice.
It'd be interesting to see what the people are drinking. Now, hold them up. Hold them up. There you go. Hold them up. Nice. Nice and high. Good. Good.
Tea.
It's Yom Tov, so it's a different kiddush tonight. There's no Jacob tonight, so Rabbi, you'll have to live with me again. Is that all right?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Oh, you got a nice glass going there. Nice.
Yes. I was preparing for the holiday season.
Yours looks tempting. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagofen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chavanu mikol ha'am v'romamanu mikol ha'sham v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava shabbatot limnucha ומועדים לשמחה, חגים וזמנים לששון את יום השבת הזה, ואת יום השמיני חג העצרת הזה, זמן שמחתנו באהבה מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, הבנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת ומועדי קודשך באהבה ורצון, בשמחה ובששון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת בישראל והזמנים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן
L'chaim.
Well, I've got very, very little to say tonight because it's Chag Simchatenu. It's truly a time where we have to rejoice, and we're commanded to be happy. And that's hard, that's hard, Rabbi. Can you imagine being commanded to be happy when you're miserable? Why in the world would God give us a holiday that makes us have to be happy? What do you think about it? Think about it for a minute. Let me just finish this.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. It's hard to be happy if you're not happy, but you'll be commanded to be happy.
Well, if you're not happy, you need to listen to the commandment, which says, be happy. The old song, don't worry, be happy, right? Right.
Yeah.
So we started off a long time ago. Remember that month of Elul? That month of Elul was that preparation month. I don't know about you, Rabbi, but during the month of Elul, I get really serious. Do you?
Yes, I do. The sound of the shofar every morning, that really kind of puts it into the perspective.
So it starts to put you into that, place where you spend an entire month getting ready for Rosh Hashanah, the 10 days of penance, the 10 days of awe. You smack your chest. First of all, you do slichot. I forgot slichot, right?
Right.
Pound our chest and we say, I'm really sorry. And then we go through these 10 days where we're reevaluating our lives. And then we say, we're really sorry, God. And then as soon as the fast of Yom Kippur is over, we start building a sukkah. And we're doing that to continue the mitzvot, right? To continue. And as we said over and over again, the connection between what happened this morning, Hoshana Rabbah, and Yom Kippur is that you still have some time between Yom Kippur, when the fate is sealed, to still maybe take that fate and change it. So we continue to be happy, even though, it says on the beginning of Sukkot, Zman Simchatenu, we started saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like that mixture thing again, because we're still worried about that final seal of the envelope, which happened this morning. Well, that's over. That's done. So now we have to really look at this festival, this 8th day of assembly. Why in the world would they throw an extra holiday in here? After all, we've been doing this now for a month of Indonish. You've been over and over again, right? It's constant. It's enough already, right? It's genuch. Aren't you tired of all this?
Well, I am a little tired. I have to admit it. It's a lot of partying, and being happy. But I guess, because we've been living in a sukkah, supposedly virtually, and if you were in Israel. So tonight's the first night you can go back in your own bed and party in a comfortable setting, as opposed to a temporary dwelling.
However, we've been putting ourselves in this position in our mindset, right? With this constant thing back and forth of mitzvot, doing the right thing, doing the righteous thing, treating people correctly, doing nice things, doing this, and then also remembering God and all the great things that he does for us and all the wonderful miracles that come up for us. And all of a sudden, frankly, if tonight wasn't Shabbat, right? If tonight were a weeknight, it would have just stopped, right? Sukkot would have been over. Shmini Atzeret. I mean, Hoshana Rabbah, it's over, right? So the rabbis were smart. A lot of times they are, sometimes they are. And they said, you know what, we need to do one more day. We need to put people back into a good mood, right? Take them away from this Elul preparation, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, building a sukkah, remembering the slavery, and remembering the Exodus. By the way, there is a connection to that, as we learned in Lunch and Learn the other day, that Sukkot and Pesach are connected. We know that, right? So we give them this extra day. And Shmini Chag HaAtzeret Hazeh, the 8th day of assembly, gives people an opportunity to come together tomorrow, and we will Yisker. We will remember. You never forget your loved ones. You never forget the people that were here before us. It's important for us to always remember them. And at the same time, you rejoice. Because what are we going to do on tomorrow night?
Party.
We're going to party. We're going to read V'zot HaBracha, right? We're going to read the end of the Torah reading and the great blessing that Moshe will bestow, right? And then what do we do the next morning?
Same thing.
Tame ting. We read the Vazot Bracha, but we take it a little step further. We start over again. But we do it with joy. We do it with joy because it reminds us that this shouldn't be a burden. This should be joyous. And Rabbi, I know how much you love to worship. I know you do. And everybody says, what a great smile he has. That smile is real because you love what you're doing. You daven with kavanah. You daven with your heart. And I think that Sukkot and then, Simchat Torah probably are your very special holidays. What are your favorite holidays, Rabbi? What are your favorite holidays?
It's right up there. Simchat Torah, it's good, and I don't have to worry about driving home. So it's a lot of fun. And no, it's a celebration of, I love when Breshit starts once again, and we finish up a year of, reading the whole Torah and every chapter, and we get serious with the Yamim Noraim. And now we have a chance to celebrate and start all over again. And it's like taking a burden off our shoulders of what maybe our faults might be, and just to start all over again. And it's a joyful holiday.
It really is. And when God commands us to be happy, there's some people it's hard for them to be. They have lost a loved one. They may be saying Kaddish for a loved one. They may have, had some kind of an issue with health. It's hard. And yet we have to find a way to count our blessings. We have to find a way to look at the glass as half full all the time and not half empty. And that's not easy. So this festival, yep, there you go. Mike's got his glass half full, right? Mike, right? Half full. Actually, by now it's probably empty. But I think if we are commanded to look at a holiday, it gives us an opportunity to just let our hair down. We're going to let our hair down. And tomorrow night we'll Taka do that, right?
Yep.
We'll do that. We'll do that. And there'll be kids here and we'll let them do it too. And we'll show them the joys. But tomorrow morning when we wake up, we will daven in seriousness, and we'll do Yisker with a serious tone. We'll pray for rain. And that's pretty serious too, because when you consider, what's going on down in the South right now in New Orleans and Louisiana, whatever, it's awful, right? It's awful what's happening. And yet in Eretz Yisrael, they need mayim, they need water in order to survive and live. So we'll pray for that.
Yeah, Louisiana, they're not praying for rain.
No, they're praying for the opposite right now. They want to send it to us because we need it. And so does Eretz Yisrael. So, a little too much of anything is no good. But let's rejoice. Let's be happy because it's setting us up for what's coming next. And that's the cold winter. And the cold winter is going to be a time when, I know we have Hanukkah and everything. That's nice. But it's going to be a time which is going to be hard. It's hard to get through the winter. So I think the setup of this festival telling us, be happy. Because the next one that's coming, the big one that's coming, is Purim, right? And then Pesach. So we get those opportunities to jump for joy for the next couple of weeks or whatever until we get into the doldrum of the winter. I don't know about you, Rabbi, but I'm ready to be happy. Are you?
Yes, I've been working on it for a week.
And with that smile, all I can say is you're doing a great job. Let's pick it up with Aleinu, everybody. We'll ask you to rise if you choose, page 51, and we'll wish everyone a Chag Sameach as well. Rabbi, Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabech ladon hakol latet gedula liyotze bereshit shelo asanu kugei haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chalkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אלוהינו את בסולתו Kakatu betorato, Vedatayam Viadatayam Mahashivota Helabavecha. Ki Adonai hu Elohim. Hashamayim V'Haaretz Mitachat Ein Od. Okay, Nicole, can I learn to have to bear that lobby go on earth? Like a right to come should have come on that solution. Have the course your kid say about you look at your public church will follow that league going follow. Look what you can become look as much that you want to come which will be like a boy. Kaka tobe Torah tekaranayim lokli alamba ed v'nema v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad u'shemo echad.
And we'll ask everybody to please mute your mics at this time. Please mute the mics as I announce this week's yard sites. And of course, we offer our condolences to Neil and Esther Kaufman on the loss of Neil's mother this past week. Next Wednesday evening, they will be on our service afterwards, and you can offer condolences to the family. We say Hamakom Yinachem to them. This week, of course, our congregation will lovingly recall the yard sites of Esther Alperson, Herbert Wheeler, Samuel Block, Irene Burde, Nathan Glasser, Eli Gordon, Pauline Pransky, Minnie Sack, Leonard Stein, Israel Ragoza, Francis Merlino, Mary Newman, Roseby Schumann, Samuel Batcherman, Sadie Jacobson, Beatrice Schneider, Sophie Stein, and Martin B. Taylor. Are there any other yard sites? If there are, you may say the name, or if you're saying a Kaddish for a loved one tonight, you may also say that name.
George Kaplan.
Reuben Sherman.
Sylvia Toby.
David Kuczynski.
May the faith that binds us to our loved ones be a continuing source of comfort as we now invite those mourning and observing a yard site to rise and to join me as with your mics open, and let us say the words of the mourner's Kaddish together. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shmei Rabba, B'Alma, Ibra, Ibrute, B'Amlich Malchute, B'Chayechon, U'B'Yomechon, U'Chaye, B'Kol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Bizman, Kariv, Yemru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Le'olam Ulomei Almaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yit'aleh, V'yithalal, Shemei V'kodesha, Barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushchata v'nechemata, da'amiran de'alma v'yamru, amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. At this time, we'll ask you to please mute your microphones. And it's my pleasure to call on our president, Adele Labarsky, who will give us our announcements this evening. Please mute your mics, everybody. Adele?
Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach, everybody. Rabbis, thank you for leading us in prayer this evening. Also, I want to remind everyone, services are at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. As a rabbi said, we'll be reciting Yiska. Tomorrow evening, services are at 7 o'clock. I really encourage everybody to join us. I know Rabbi Bernie and Rabbi Eli Perlman and Rabbi Richard Perlman, or his cousin Ricardo, or his twin brother Rick, have planned something that will be lots of fun. So I hope that you join us at 7 o'clock. Sunday morning services are at 9. Sunday night services are at 7, all through the week at 7, lunch bunch on Tuesday at noontime. We will also on Tuesday be collecting the Maxorim from 4:30 to 6, and we'll be collecting them again on Sunday, October 18th from 10:30 to 12. You can the Social Action is also having a coat drive. If you have some winter coats that you would like to donate, you need to put them in a plastic bag, a trash bag, bring them to the temple when you either return your Maxor or just those 2 days, the 13th or the 18th, and we're going to leave them under the canopy for 3 days, and then they will be distributed. They will be brought to Anton's. Anton's will clean them for free and then distribute them to different agencies. So a good mitzvah to start the new year. Shabbat Shalom, good Yom Tov, and Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom, good Yom Tov and Chag Sameach to you. Thank you for that. That is a great mitzvah to do when we can not only feed people, which we do, but also when we can keep them warm as winter approaches. It's coming in. It's going to be here quickly. All right, let's do Yigdal, Rabbi, my favorite Chag melody. Let's do it together, okay?
Sounds good.
Yigdal Elohimcha v'yishtabach nimsa v'yenei el metziuto echad v'yen yachid k'yichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'yachduto.
Ein lo demud haguf, ein no guf, lo na'aroch elav kedushato, kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra, rishon v'yen reshit l'reshito.
Hino Adon Olam b'chol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefan nevuato netano el anshe segulato b'tifarto.
Lo kam b'Yisrael k'Moshe od navi u'ma'abid et emunato, Toratem et natan li'amo el al yad nevi'o ne'man beito.
Lo yachal Yifa'el v'lo yamir dato le'olamim lezulato, sofev v'yodeyas et tareinu mabit l'sof davar b'kadmato.
Gomer lishkesed kimifalo, noten l'rashara kirishato, yishlach l'ketz yamin v'shichenu, liftot mechakeket yeshuato.
Meitim Yechayael berov chasto baruch hadeyat shem tehilato. Meitim Yechayael berov chasto baruch hadeyat shem tehilato. Now, even though you don't say a blessing in the sukkah for this festival, you still can go to the sukkah and you still can eat there. You just don't say l'shev anymore. You don't do that. You don't say the blessing for that. And you can even have a l'chaim tovim in there. Now, Rabbi, I saw you with a big glass of wine before. I don't know if you're going to join me in the attaboy. You can do that. Okay. You may open your microphones and join me in a l'chaim tovim because it's Chag Simchatenu. We have to be happy. Baruch Atarayim Galam Shakol Niya Bevaro L'chaim Tovim Ol Shalom L'chaim Tovim Ol Shalom L'chaim Tovim Ol Shalom.
Rabbi, the reason I move off camera, otherwise you're going to find me passed out because he will have hit me.
Right. Very smart, Debbie.
He's really into that. He's also into the end of, he's into Leilinu as well.
Maybe if my granddaughters come on tomorrow, they'll show you their l'chaim tovim when they go, ooh, whatever, that's something.
That would be good.
For all of you people on Facebook and YouTube, we're going to say, whoops, I'm not going to end the meeting. We're going to say goodnight to the people out in the internet land.